Okay, now I've already done my zipper on the back pattern. I'm laying the front pattern on it. You can see it. Then look at the side. Now I want to notch for the inseam pocket. So because this is a skirt, I'm measuring, you can measure 3 or 4 inches down depending on where you put your skirt. But I'm measuring 4 inches down. I'll notch it with just ½ inch. Then the mouth of my pocket, I'm making it 6 inches. You know, it shouldn't be too wide. If it is when it is too wide that it will be opening. So I'm making it 6 inches. By the time I sew it, it will be reduced to like 5 inches. You can make your own to be like 7 inches depending on the wideness of your hand. But I think 5 inches is okay for my own. So I'm just going to use 5 inches. So this is the mouth of the pocket, which is 6 inches. So I'm notching the lower part too. So I've notched. So you know the pocket size, you know, when we cut the flare there will be many pieces. So I just pick one of the pieces and I folded it. Is 2, you can see it's going to be 2 for one side and 2 for the other side. So folded for one side and folded for the other side. So what I did is just pick one of the fabrics and then I make sure that the shape of the side of the fabric for pocket aligns with the shape of the side of my skirt. If you are using a gown too, you must make sure that the shape aligns. If the shape is not the same thing, that means you will put the shape of your garment on the pocket and then you shape it before you mark out your pocket. But this one is just a straight side, so the 2 sides aligned straight. So I'm going to put my hand here, then I'll mark from my notching. Remember that we are still going to sew it with like ½ inch, so don't mark too close. You can see from the beginning of the notching, then I give a little space for my hand, then to the other end of the notching. So like this. Now yes, I can now cut my pocket. I can cut my pocket now. So I have my pocket cut for. It must not pass my notching. I don't want it to pass the notching that is there, because if it passes, it's going to give me some problems. So if it passes, I'm going to reduce it. Make sure it doesn't pass. Because I'm just going to sew exactly from one notching to another. Can you see it? So it must not pass my notching. So I'm going to, this is 2 pieces. You can use another fabric, extra fabric that you have. This one cannot do it, so I'm going to look for fabric in another place, another pieces of fabric that I have. Then I'll fold it together and cut 2 pieces again like this. So I'm about sewing the inseam pocket now. This is the front part of the skirt. So this is the right part. This is the right part. Note that I always mark the wrong part of my fabric. All right, so this is the right part of the fabric, this is the right part of the pocket. So I'm just going to paste it, and also note that I notched the upper part of that pocket so I can know when I'm positioning it. So I won't go and position the lower part on the upper part, it won't align with the side. So make sure that you note the upper part of the pocket. I actually notched my own, so notch your own too if you have not notched it on the 4 pocket, so you can know. So this is it. I'm placing it here. I'm going to sew it with that ½ inch down, then I'll top stitch it. The same thing I'm going to do on this other side too. This is the right part. On the right part, you can see the notching. So I'm going to position it, and you can see that everything fits in perfectly well. So the same thing that I do for this front is the same thing that I'm going to do for the back as well. So watch as I do it. top stitching on the pockets. So I'm done with this side. I'll go and do the second side too. The top stitching is going to be on the side of the pocket, on the side of the pocket. So I have the pocket fastening on the front. You can see it here. So the same thing that I did here is what I will go and do on the back part too. Okay, now I've done the pocket. This is the back pattern, this is the front pattern. You can see the pocket on it. This is one side, and you can see. Then this is the second side as well. So what I'm going to do now is to join both the front pattern and the back pattern together. So watch how I'm going to sew it. It's very simple, just a straight sewing. At this point, if you need to pin your fabric together, make sure you pin it so it will not shift. That's why I'm doing this pinning. So if you need to pin together, make sure you pin. Then the next thing is to go and sew. I have turned the skirt. You can see. Can you see the pocket?